So, earlier in my lifetime, I saw this video of Nick DiGiovanni and I forget his name. Patrick something. I'm sorry if I forget your name. I'm not good with names. They claimed you can make a chocolate bar with one ingredient, which can. So, let's watch the video and I'll break it down what's true, what's not true, and what's half true, half not. Alright, so here's the video. We'll watch it first, and then afterwards we'll break down it's true, not true, etc., etc.
Ingredient.
Then we're gonna make a giant chocolate bar out of it.
Willy Wonka?
No, it's me, Nick. First, we have to karate chop our pots.
Inside you'll see the cacao beans and you can actually eat the fruit raw. That's amazing.
Place your beans into a bowl, cover, and let this ferment for 7 days.
After, we're gonna let this bake at 400 degrees for about 10 to 15 minutes.
Then you want to remove the outer shell and you'll be left with the cacao nibs. You can place the nibs into a blender or a wet stone grinder and grind it up until it turns silky smooth. Now we're gonna pour it into the mold.
And there you have it, one ingredient chocolate. Today we're gonna be turning this fruit
Okay. Now, as we can see, they made chocolate using one ingredient. And there are things that they did that I'm not sure what happened, if they did it or not. Okay, first of all, they said they did it with one ingredient, with the cacao pod. Don't do that. That's going to be very bitter. It's going to be very bitter. It's going to taste like crap. Number two, as they said, you can use a wet grinder or a blender or food processor. You want this. You don't want the food processor or the blender. That'll mess up your blender and also mess up your beans. You want that slow fermentation. Now, of course, I've technically cheated. So I've actually pre-ground a bunch of cocoa nibs. Let me grab them real quick. Oh. So all these nibs, as you can see, have been pre-ground for just a few hours. But when I put them in here, within a few hours they turn into liquor, whatever you call them. But if you want that patience, do the 24 hours. It'll make your life much easier. Just now, if y'all are wondering how much one costs, it does cost $300. I will link it in the description. But just if you're really passionate about making chocolate, go ahead and spend the money. If not, I don't know what to tell you then. I don't know. Another thing that they actually got right was, or no, you can eat the raw beans. You can do that. Yes, you can do that. I've never tasted it, so I don't know what it tastes like, so I'm sorry for you guys. If you guys want to make things faster, get the nibs. The nibs are already roasted for you. Don't need to do that. Then you just plop it in here. One thing I don't think they did, they might have done it off camera, was tempering. That is very, very important. Tempering is let's do this. So after your wet grinder, after it's liquid, let's imagine the chocolate fell asleep. And then you kind of want to slowly wake them back up a little bit within the tempering. It's kind of like a child after trying to wake him up after a long day. I don't know. Anyways, temper it for, I believe, for 110, I believe, and then you cool it down, and then go it back up. And then that'll give it its satisfying snap. Now, back to the one ingredient with the cacao pod. Some of you may argue, oh, but it's a cacao pod. It's still the same thing, they just had more steps than I did. It's still the same bean. Well, not the exact same bean, but you get the idea. Still the same thing. You want more than one ingredient. You also want to weigh it out. I believe that one cacao pod did, in fact, make it into that one giant bar. I believe that but I feel like it was a bit more than what they showed. The wet grinder turning it into a liquid like that, yeah, true, but not true. If you want it liquid, it'll turn like very, very dark brown. That was almost like a milky brown. I feel like they tempered it and then put it in there. Tempering definitely isn't my favorite part, but it's a need. One more thing. I'm not sure how long they let it rest for. Do not put it in your fridge. Let it sit out room temperature, somewhere quiet, somewhere that your cat or dog doesn't eat it, whatever. I have my cat over there. Anyways, you want it to rest for a very, very long time. Now, it is still food, so it will go bad, just not as long because it doesn't have water in it. You don't want water inside the chocolate. If you have a wet grinder, when you're cleaning it, you can use water, yes, but it has to be completely dry when you're cleaning the wet grinder. There's so many things that they got right, yeah, and it's half right, half wrong, yes. And then there's things that I didn't see. They might have done off camera, but I wasn't sure on. Now, for those of you who are wondering how to make chocolate, did they say it was easy? I think they did. If they said it was easy, don't believe them. It takes a very long time, takes a lot of patience, takes a lot of precise. One wrong move, and that chocolate has to go in the garbage. But hey, that's just a theory. Oh wait, that's not me. Anyways, see ya.